Issues items not scheduled for discussion on the agenda. Comments should be limited to issues and items germane to the business of the governing body. The commission will not discuss or debate these items, nor will the commission make decisions on items presented during this time. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. Yes, now.
Thank you. Pam Burkhead from University Place, and you've all gotten emails from me, so I'm not going to rehash those. I just wondered what happens now if we didn't talk about the moratorium tonight. What's the time frame?
Oh, did you miss? We did bring it up.
You brought it up, but it wasn't.
Bring it back on a future commission as an action item, because we can't take an action item since it's not on the agenda. But we'll hopefully bring that back. I can't say if it's going to be next week or 2 weeks, but we'll bring it back.
We have some concerned properties, so it's very important to us if you guys can take action on it. If there's anything you need from us, let us know. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Other general public comment in the room? Patrick, we'll get to you in a second.
Or if Patrick wants to speak first, you can do that too.
No.
Okay. Sorry, Patrick. It's actually me, Dominique. So I wanted to speak just kind of like, again, like I'm always kind of talking about New Boston Crossing or 1059, as you guys know. But I read the recent Lawrence Journal World report about the sewage and everything like that, and whatever. The thing that has been bugging me is kind of like this idea that the concept of growth is the only way forward. And I see this a lot, not only sometimes as like I hate to use the word propaganda, but like city propaganda justifications. I see this from developers. I see it from people whose livelihoods are built on real estate or commercial development, things like that. But it's also something that we hear all the time in every part of society, where it's like consumption, growth. And I think we're getting to a point where we need to start to evaluate if this is actually something that's going to save us. Like, I understand on certain small scales, and I'm not anti-growth. It is something that we have to do, whether or not we like it, or we have to develop. We have to do these things that maybe necessarily we don't like to do. We get forced to do it, especially if the Kansas legislature wants to limit our other methods of dealing with things, right? But it is something that I think about a lot is just like the concept and the faith that we have that growth is going to be the thing that does save us or lowers our rent or lowers our utilities in the future. And there's going to be a point where it's not going to do that, right? And we have so many forces outside of what the city can do too as well. I understand the economic pressures are the only thing the city really does have control over is a little bit of property tax and the sewer and the water rates, but you guys don't have any control over the price of food or the price of energy or gas or anything of that nature. So I understand this, but it is just something I keep thinking about, where it's just like we keep using this as a justification. I wonder what is our future going to look like when we can't use this as a justification? Like, what alternative ways are we building? I know we're doing affordable housing. I know we're doing subsidized housing. I know we're trying to get all these blocks in here. I know the Kansas legislature is kind of trying to squash anything we love to do. But that kind of feeds into the narrative that, like, you know, their idea is that growth is the only way, the unfettered capitalism is the only way. And whether or not we agree could be a different of political ideology. But there is going to be a point where we have to start looking at these things. And so to tie this back to the 1059 development of New Boston Crossing is like, when we're going to reach floodplain at one point, right? As we continue to grow. So are we going to try to develop on floodplain given our current climate understandings with climate change, with the increased in data where we can understand the actual damages that flooding can happen? Like, Douglas County and the state are redoing the flood mapping maps right now, and they should come out the middle of this year. Are we going to look at that or have that be a part of our decision making? I assume it will be, but just something to think about. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. Okay, online, Patrick.
Sweet. Thank you so much. I totally agree with everything Dominique just said. Very well spoken. And can you guys hear me? My screen is going crazy right now.
Nope, we can hear you. Go for it.
Okay, great. I'm glad that the mayor was able to update the community on the situation with Commissioner Eldridge. That was very helpful. Those are some of the questions I had. I guess at this point, I'd be curious to know, why this particular individual was nominated. If there's a commissioner who nominated them, like what they feel strongly about this individual, just because from where I sit, Commissioner Eldridge represents a lot of what I think the community wants to see in our planning commissioners. I think, Barry Schlinsky in his public comment articulated that point well, in that what I've observed of her is someone who's very well versed in the job and the position and asks questions on behalf of the community and perhaps challenges development in a way that from a community member is helpful for us when we want to see developments that are done properly. So those are just some of the questions I had, was just, why this particular person, what is their philosophy, and why does this commissioner want to endorse that individual? And then I'd say, like, quickly, the other thing I would just want to touch on, as you guys are going to look at sort of reworking the meetings and specifically with public comment, again, I've sort of proposed that while you guys are in executive session, that'd be a great, very efficient use of time for public comment. And then the other thing I would also add is it's my understanding that there's commission meetings in that very same room that the commission is being heard. I think about 14 different meetings. They're all both live on Zoom and YouTube simultaneously, and this commission meeting is the only one that is not live on YouTube. So while you're looking to sort of rework the meetings and the rules around it, I'd like to have that particular distinction also elaborated on as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments online?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, bring it back to commission. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh,
Second.
Emma moves. Emma moves to adjourn. Second by Commissioner
Like I
Boyan.
said.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Nay, she still votes against it. You don't have to vote for it to make the motion. Thank you, Mike.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. See you later.